Okay. Hello. How are y'all doing? Uh, so Axel, it was a good sleep. For the most part, it was a good sleep. Wasn't a lot, but it was decent. Um, so let me add, change up the music a little bit. Or add to queue. But welcome in on Twitch and YouTube. My mom got me something, and I am excited. I was fixing something in my streamer bot to help with the ads in progress thing on the verticals side. So let me do that real quick. Vertical gaming. That will get moved up. Because I am live on like the YouTube main, YouTube Shorts, and on Twitch. Oh yes, sources. Set source. Vertical gaming. As in progress. Hidden. Okay. Okay. It's okay, Axel. Thank you for jumping in. You can. Yep. We just appreciate you jumping in whenever you can. Okay. So I do have Ravenfall up. So if you want, you can, on the Twitch side, you can do ! join and join in the game. But my mom got me this set. It's a diamond painting set. Let's see how much I can do. Let's get all the pieces out. Just see what we're dealing with. So this is a wind chime set. So I don't need this yet because I haven't finished it yet. Well, that broke. Okay, that's fun. Okay. I'm gonna put those pieces in. I need to see if I can find my other pen, but I guess I'm gonna be working with just this bit because it broke. It broke. Okay. So we're just gonna do one at a time. I'm gonna grab out like one of the wind chimes, one of the birds. Ooh, this actually comes with bags. I don't have to get my own bags. Okay. I actually have. Where is it? Oh yeah, here's the one that's not broken. So I have done some of these, like I did these diamond painting. I accidentally got these. I wanted to get coasters that were Christmas related. Didn't realize there was a diamond thing. So I was working on that during the winter. So let's just get started. I'll just use this for now. Don't really need these beads. That's in German. I don't know German. Let me grab the light. I need more light. I need more light. Okay. Why would I string it first, then paint it? No, I'm gonna paint it first. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take off. Okay, so I need one. It's not in numerical order. Oh, okay, hold on. There's A, B, C, D. Okay, so this is in order at least. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, R, 6, 7, 8. Are those eyes? Yeah, I think those are eyes. Okay. Break open the eye one. Now I'm just gonna take some scissors. Really? The kids use these scissors on something sticky. They couldn't. Then I can actually see them better, like when they come off of the thing. So this is the wax that I use. Oh, come on. There you go. Flip over. This is actually very, like, just relaxing. Like, there's times where I just spent, when I was making the coasters. Yeah, like I got this in the mail last week from my parents because they knew I was getting in, like, really liking those things. You know, like, I need to make it like the light is up. Yeah. Push it over a little bit. Yeah. Picked up two on accident. So I'm trying to. Okay. Dang it! These are so flimsy. It's really hard to just be like, okay, just get pieces up. And into here. Get out of there, please. Come on, move, please. Like, these individual pieces just won't get unstuck. Wait, what I can do is like this. No, that didn't help at all. Just get in. Why are you sticking? Get into the bag, please. Now that I actually need like I have one of these which will help with like the wax if needed. Like right now I'm like I want my Sharpie. I actually can't find my Sharpie. Yet my Sharpie, I kept like looking and seeing my Sharpie. I think I even saw it yesterday, and now it's gone. Oh. It's not the Sharpie I want, but it will have to do. So this is I. Okay, so there's A. No, that's 8. What is going on? Okay, one thing is what it's still in there. Come on. What the heck? It's just stuck in there. Okay. Now when it's done. So far, this is what we have. We got the I's up here. Then we started on the A's here. Or actually, no, there's 4 more. Hold on. Get out of the box. Come on. This was A. A. Open up. Look, this company does not do well with quality, honestly. Like, the bags are not opening up. Like, what the heck? Like, seriously. Do I literally need to just tear you open and get different Ziplocs? Yes, I do. Okay. Well. Yeah. These Ziplocs do not work. They are flimsy, and this one's already getting torn. So I will be right back. I'm gonna get actual Ziplocs. These suck. These little baggies do not work. I wish I had smaller Ziplocs, but at least I have to just cut it open. This is not working at all. Okay. was excited when they had Ziplocs already, but no. It's like, I don't know what that Ziploc was made of. Stop. Come on. No D. No E. Okay, we had an F and G, so. First is F. Come on. Man, I need to get better webcams that will actually zoom in and be like in focus. I want a better one of these that just won't flip. Boop! Hi, thank you for the care package and the head pats, Axel. I am going grab my just circle water bottle. I like it. I need new flavoring though. Not getting any flavoring. Come on, it got flipped upside down. Oh, there's one more down here. Right. And that one wasn't one more. That one was one that got moved. Okay. They like to get stuck in this thing. They're still in there. Come on, get out. Okay. This was F. Oh, come on. Where are you from? Where are you from? Stop flipping. No. Get off. Where did you come from? This always happens where one thing gets put somewhere that you can't see and it shows up after I've already put it away. Every single time. Every single one. I've had to put a different one away. Okay. It's time to get a new wax out. clean that wax out and get a new wax. No, only one at a time. Stop flipping. Okay, so there actually seems to be quite a bit of this type of diamond on this wing. Oh, come on. Come here. Stop flipping over. I don't know what to do to make it stop. It needs like a weighted bottom or something like that so it doesn't flip. As far as if I ever get like other diamond kits, I really hope they're not like this thing has always given me issues. This type of container. Because it flips over so easily. Why were there two of them? Get this so far. Okay. I need pee now. Really? I soloed the raid? You want to play but don't know what to... Yeah. Sometimes that is the hard thing to do. It's like I want to play something but don't know what. Okay, so I need pee. Okay. Yeah, and it's another piece that just is not there. Like, what the heck? Why are you in a random spot? Get in this bag. I missed some G's. After I'm done with the P's, I can go back to the G's. It's not helping that my contact is like buzzing out. So it's getting like blurry on my left side. Flip over. I need to get more Ziplocs. And lastly, for this particular one, I need 9. Why? Stop moving! There is no 9. Does it mean 8? It kind of looks like what 8 looks like. But there is no 9. Let me look to see if there are 8s. No, there are 8s. Did this thing just not come with 9s? Okay, I'm gonna make a pile of trash. Maybe I'm missing some.
Boo.
Hi.
Hi.
This is
Yes,
annoying. Because,
I'm
like,
back at work, so stinky voice.
what?
I said I'm back at work, so stinky voice.
Yeah, stinky voice. I'm annoyed because I have the diamond, like, so I have this, diamond painting wind chimes kit. And I
Yeah.
started on it. Just to realize that I need a, like, you know how each diamond is, like A, B, C, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Well, they're like, you need a 9, and I'm like, the largest number I have is 8.
Oh no. That's stinky. That's real stinky.
Because when I look in, I'm like, hold on, and I'm trying to figure out. My parents got me this,
Yeah.
but my parents sometimes will buy things used,
Uh.
and I'm just now looking at the box, and the box is like taped up with like scotch tape.
Oh no, it was used.
So I'm wondering if someone just needed like the 9, so they bought a whole kit and then resold the kit.
Yeah.
So that sucks. Hopefully, I have enough 8s that I could cover the 9s, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's not that many. So it's
Well,
just,
worst you mix the others in, I guess.
yeah, like I'll have to figure out like whatever I have left and be like, what can I use to like cover that part? Because it's something, it's like just a small piece of some of them.
No, worst comes to worst, you can go to a hobby store and probably get something that looks similar to what was supposed to be the 9.
Yeah, I might have to do that at some point. It's just annoying because I'm like, I know some people who will do that where it's like, oh, you realize you're like that's not, I don't know how that's ethical, you know? Like
Yeah, it's
buying
not.
something, using part of it and then selling selling the rest as like, hey, here's the kit. Like, but it's not
Yeah.
complete.
It's just people being people.
Yeah.
I had to watch my mouth, so that's why I said what I said the way I did. See, I can control it. I just have to think of words that I mean.
Yeah, I actually have to tell. So Gray Fox started streaming, and
Oh?
so May's husband, and first day of stream, we already had to like kick someone out from his chat.
Oh no.
I will have to let you know, like tell you later what it said. But
Oh
it was
my goodness.
bad, like for us
No.
especially. But even just like in a normal like 18 plus stream, that's like it still is like, you know, you're not being funny.
Yeah, no, you're not. Not at that point. That's being immature.
They also did it when he was BRB. Probably not realize, like hope, like probably doing it while he was BRB, or like just so like it will stay up longer.
Not expecting him to actually have people modding for him.
Not people modding for him, but also in the VC with him.
Yeah.
And I almost want to say, like, I wonder if he heard us because we both freaked out. And because he didn't mute Discord.
Oh no.
So, you know, as soon as this guy, like, posts something, as soon as he went BRB, and both of us were like, hold on, no, like, that is not okay. And,
yeah, no.
Yeah, so we deleted the message, and, yeah.
Even me, who's 18 plus, because I know I can't control my mouth when I'm on my own. When I'm with you in May, I do pretty darn good.
Yeah.
But when you add curse to the mix, nah, I kind of lose the filter. Yeah, but like I know how I am, but you can see I can actually control myself. So that's kind of like that's not like it irritates me because like one, I'm autistic. Two, I'm ADHD. If I can show the type of control that I do, and I get that not everybody can because it depends on their thing, but there's certain people that you can tell that they're on a higher standard of certain types of medical, like mental medical. So,
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
don't give your medical thing, don't use your medical as an excuse. And I have a feeling he's one of those people that probably would have tried that if he had been called out on it.
Yeah. Or they're just a griefer who doesn't care and is going from
Yeah,
like to new stream to new stream.
yeah, that's fair.
Who they're not even trying to like. It's more so. I don't know.
I don't know either, but like people are just weird nowadays because I started back in 2016. The stuff that people do nowadays in Twitch chat, they didn't do back when I started.
Yeah.
So like, it's just different time periods, different cultures now that are coming into the whole streaming thing. And I've noticed that most of them tend to be the underage kids that try to pull that stuff. That's why I'm a minors do not interact streamer for one.
Yeah.
Two, it's just because my mouth. I can control it when there's certain circumstances, but when it's my stream, my thing, I'm not. I'm not going to control myself because I'm me. I'm unapologetically me when it's my stream. But when it's like a collaborative stream, like if I have a collaborative stream ever with you and Faye and May, I would watch my mouth.
Yeah. So, a lot of times it's like there's these like we will tell people like they'll ask like they have asked us like they're like can 14-year-olds be in your stream? And we're like it depends. Are you going to act 14 or are you going to act like 16? Because it's like if you're going to act like a 14-year-old and make all these stupid jokes, then no. Like we will not tolerate it because we don't want that kind of language.
I actually need to look into it again because I think the youngest you can be on a Twitch stream is 16.
At least on Twitch, I think it's like 13.
It might have changed since then because, like I said, this is old information that I know I haven't brushed up on it in recent years.
I just remember a lot of things happening in the last year where if you said you were 12, you would get kicked. Yeah. And then 13 was like, Well,
in honesty, they don't want you posting your age, period, and chats and stuff like that.
Yeah. But like there was this one time, like one person that like they were streaming and like their entire community thought it would be a fun joke to all say that they got like they were 12.
Oh no.
And they all got banned from Twitch. So like this guy's entire community got banned from Twitch, and I think it's because he had mentioned, hey, why don't you guys just he mentioned doing it. And there's like that's the consequence. You lost all your entire community based off of that.
See, for me, like I'm one that I can't control who watches my streams, but the moment I find out that they're underage, which is against one of my rules, they get banned.
Yeah.
And they are not eligible for unbanning at all. Even once they become an adult, like, no, you're going to lie when you're a teenage, you're going to interact with me when you're a minor. And
yeah. Well, that's why, like, whenever we raid off to someone who is like, do not interact with minors, we're like, we want to support this person. If you are a minor, you probably want to, like, you'll want to leave, like,
Mhm. Which is cool.
yeah.
But like
But if they
but
then
back
but then we're like, but if you decide to stay, you're gonna reap the consequences. Like, it will be.
yeah. I've had one time a Christian streamer raided me, and I was in the middle of cussing up a storm, and the raid message was Christian stream raid, Christian stream raid. I'm like, I sat there, saw that out there, I cussed up a storm, I sat there, wrong time for you guys to join in. And the person that led the raid was laughing, like, nah, that was kind of funny. He's like, I should have looked more before I raided into you.
At least they were okay. Like, they were like, they realized, hey, I should have paid attention, because we've done that before. Well, okay, so
yeah,
what was like
I think what it was is I was playing Minecraft, and they're like, and they were playing Minecraft, so they raided into me like, oh, Minecraft's a peaceful thing. All of a sudden, no, not but it's me.
well, like, so we found this guy that we were like, hey, like, let's follow this. Like, we've probably watched him for like a month before we followed. And then we followed, and there he was like, we were like, hey, like, every once in a while he'll slip up, or like, but he's fairly fine. Like, he's fairly, like, decent. It's mainly like if he's with an other people, he may like have less of a filter. We're like, okay, cool. So the one time we decide to raid him, he was fine at first and said welcome in. Then, like, not even 10 minutes later, lewd jokes, like, completely opposite of what we saw. We were just sitting there like, what? Like, what?
Oh my goodness.
Like, we watched you for an entire month before raiding you. Like, before even following you. We watched you for an entire month. And then, like, Gray was like, you guys watch this guy? And we're like, well, we used to. He's like, he's completely changed. And we were confused because it was a weird change.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden, there was this huge thing on Twitter and everything that he actually ended up just quitting because so many people, I think, realized that he had changed within like a week or two. So they were worried for him, saying that, hey, like, you're not yourself. Yeah. And now he started blaming everyone for like like turning on him and everything, like people who because he was like trying to be a mentor. He kind of reminded me of like an off-brand Tio. Where like he's trying to be a mentor and everything, and probably would have been a good mentor, but he kind of just went off the rockers.
Yeah.
Because he was like giving tips, and he was like, "Oh, these people I helped, they were backstabbing me," and everyone's like, "You're the one that's like changing. Like, you're the one that randomly started like going crazy during that stream." I don't even remember his name, but he like got rid of Twitch and Twitter. Like all his social medias were gone.
Oh no! Oh so he was like, yeah, yeet.
He went bye-bye, and like maybe he rebranded it like once, maybe. But I haven't seen anyone that was similar to him.
Fair. I said that's fair.
Yeah. I thought you said her, and I'm like, wait, you know the guy?
No.
No, because I was like,
just my switching from the car radio to my headset.
Yeah, and so I'm like, we don't have any bad things to really say. Like, if he rebrands, who cares? It's not like he was like Gene or anything.
Oh God.
So it's like nothing really bad happened. It's just he changed, and then he got all upset because everyone was worried for him. And so I almost want to say that he probably had like maybe bipolar and then was like off meds, or like should have been on meds.
Maybe should have.
So
No, they don't have my monster. Oh, I found my monster. Never mind. It's a monster day.
yeah.
Only because I didn't go to sleep until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that was me.
Well, it's just because my sleep insomnia kicked in, is why.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, yeah, nope, yeah.
January, like, because it's like she died when I was 12.
Oh, dang.
Before any of us had kids, like any of the kids. So she never got to meet her great grandchildren, and so January comes around, and I'm like, I have 5 kids now. My kid is a piano player, or like he's learning piano, which is he wanted because I was playing, and then I actually started piano because my grandma played. I wanted to be like her. So it's like,
hi, baby.
So she,
Sure.
I'm like, kind of like, I kind of wish she was around so she could be like, hey, like, her great grandchild is technically playing the piano because of her, because she got me to play. I became a bowler because of her. Like, she had a bowling team. Like, she was in a bowling team. I have her old bowling shirt that I would used to wear to my bowling matches.
Yeah.
Like, I went to state with her shirt. Like, we didn't have a uniform or anything, and they said just wear whatever, and so I wore her bowling shirt that she got like in the 50s. So it was like we were really close, and like she was like the grandparent that I remember the most, because my other my dad's parents were gone before I was 5, and then my mom's dad was just not there because he was a bozo. My mom always told me he was a bozo.
Fair enough. I'm going to apologize for interrupting. Going, oh hi, baby.
Oh no, it's fine. I do that.
I'm a cat lover, and it was a cute little tortie that had like the little patterns on its face.
Aww.
Made it look like it had a mustache, and I was like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
So everyone now knows how high my voice will get for a cat.
Like how mine gets for my baby.
Like with Gizmo and Revan, because I'm so used to having my babies, I'm like fairly calm. Occasionally, when they do something cute, I'll get the high pitched voice. But when it's a random cat on the street and I see it, I get that high pitched voice every time, and I'm like, did I just do that?
Is my youngest. Like he was going through this thing of he really loves to sleep. So I think I'm gonna stop with the diamond painting for today because my hands are hurting. But I can switch over to the Ravenfall game. There you go. So he loves to sleep. And he will, like, he used to be like, just come up and be like, hey, night-night. Like, night-night time. Night-night. So I would go and I would put him to bed, and he would lay there and smile. Well, he's been doing this lately, where yesterday at, like, 7 o'clock, he was like, night-night, and, like, going to the gate. So I was like, okay. So my oldest was like, I will take you to night-night. he like says like, come on, let's walk. And as they were walking, I just hear my baby whimpering because he doesn't want to go night night. And then we were like, you're the one that asked to go night night. Do you want to go night night? And he's like, no. So I was like, okay, come on, let's go back to the living room. And so I'm like, he's getting conflicted where he's like, he's tired, he wants to go, but he doesn't want to miss out on us watching a show.
Yeah, which is typical for that age range.
Yeah.
So, my kids, though, my cats, not my kids, my cat, Gizmo, will come over and reach up wanting to touch my face when she's ready for bed, or ready for me to go to bed, I should say. And it's so cute because she comes over and just does this little gentle, like how I would boop her nose, she does that very gentle, like, tap on my face. Like, father, bedtime. And that's what she kept doing to me last night, but, like, my brain just would not shut off for the life of me. And finally I just gave in and let the cat smother me and laid in bed, and that's what made me finally go to sleep, was them smothering me.
Nice.
Cats are very powerful in making people sleepy very fast.
Yeah.
That and the fact that both of my cats are mixed with Maine Coons, so they're bigger than normal cats, so they are heavier than normal cats. It's like having a weighted blanket. A heated weighted blanket, I might add. Purrs. And I honestly think it's their purring that always knocks me out, because it seems to be when they purr while laying on me that knocks me out, compared to them just laying on top of me. Haha, I'm too good at backing. My company van has a reverse camera. I never use that thing. I never use it. I used to drive semi-trucks.
Yeah.
We had blind spots, and I had to back a lot, so I learned to master backing. It was actually, my backing is so good, I one time had a cop ask me to teach his daughter how to back. Because I came up, I was heading from school home to change into work clothes to go to my job after school. I had to call my job and let them know, hey, I'm going to be late, because at the time my first responders certification was still active when I was in uni when this accident happened, so I could not just leave the scene until, like, police and rescue and them showed up. I'm going through while on phone with dispatch, giving them, like, information, checking on the people that were involved in the accident, and, like, there was one woman that I could have sworn was DOA when I got up to there. Or not the woman, the guy that was in the accident. And, like, I'm just sitting here getting all the information. I couldn't just stop and render aid to one person when I needed to give as much information to the dispatcher as possible. I get to the driver and I get to the front of the semi-truck that caused the accident and see that it's laying on top of a car. I'm like, that car looks familiar. I had a college classmate that went exactly the same way I did. I didn't know the exact make and model of her car, and with the fact that the semi was on top of her back end of her car, I couldn't tell that it was her car. I'm just like, huh, that looks familiar. That coloring looks familiar. I walk around and see her in the driver's seat, and like the sheer panic that hit my body in that moment, because like I'm used to dealing with my family's emergencies, dealing with emergency like stuff like that. I'm confident, but seeing how it was affecting a college classmate with me that I know has been struggling after, like, shook me to my core. And I panicked for a brief moment. The dispatcher's like, I'm guessing you saw something you know. And she's like, calming me back down. I sat there, I'm so sorry. She's like, no, it happens to the best of us at times. What's happened? I'm like, semi-truck has her car pinned on the back end, but the driver's side's fine. And, like, I'm talking to her now. Like, I was talking to her, like that, and everyone's trying to get her out. I'm like, no, leave her, because if she has neck injuries, pulling her out will just aggravate that and cause problems. They're looking at me as, like, how you know? I'm like, I'm a first responder. Like, listen to me. And I'm on the phone with dispatch right now. Listen to me, please. Like, and then, like, the semi guy the guy in the semi was trying to get out. I used her car to climb up onto the nose of the semi truck to get over to the driver's side door to help him get out, because he was moving around. And I'm going to say, a semi truck, if a driver's moving around, they were pretty well safe in that thing. If they're not moving around, they got hurt. But most of the time, most of their injuries sustained from the seatbelt holding, especially when they put silent.
Yeah.
I helped him get it out, and I was asking him if he had regular gas or if he had diesel, and he wasn't understanding, and he said, no, I'm English, and I said, uno momento, and I pulled out my phone and started translating it. Or I still had my phone, and I told her, I'm like, I have to use my translator. Do bear with me. She's like, no, that's fine. I heard him. He only speaks English, or he only speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Basically, he said no English. When I sat there and said uno momento, his eyes lit up. Was like, oh, you can understand me, like, at least a little. And like I typed, is it gas or diesel? And he said, sí, diesel. And I'm like, okay, scratch that, man. No, he sat there and said gas. So I sat there and said, okay, get her out of the car, move her safely away from here. And like I told him he needed to move, and then he sat there and said, no, diesel. And I'm like, I finally went and looked at the placard, because I hadn't been able to see the placard the whole time. So I went back to the back end of the truck, and it was diesel. Diesel doesn't catch on fire as easy as most people think it.
Okay.
It takes a lot to get diesel on fire. I got so mad because she could have sat in that truck and and it was just more so the lack of not being able to communicate properly with him and me that problem.
Yeah.
I did go back to the woman that I thought that the guy was DOA. He was all of a sudden conscious, because I had felt from pulse.
Welcome in, Slick.
When I came back, he was all of a sudden conscious. I was like, oh, you're back. I did tell the operator that the guy that I told her I believe was DOA, because
How are
I
you
could not get a
doing?
pulse.
We just did some diamond
groaning and breathing, and his eyes were open.
And this is one of the things that I was working on.
And you checked for his pulse, right? I'm like, yeah, there was none. I'm like, I even held him, like, 'cause at the time I had, like, a pocket mirror. And I held the pocket mirror up underneath his nose to see if any condensation formed on the mirror. Just in case, like, his heart was just in a state where it could not be filtered normal spots. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
scared of you, my dude. Or it just was not your time. And like
Yeah, I
finally,
can't
when I
wait
got checking
to
the last
finish it
car,
because
like
it's gonna be wind
I was
chimes.
checking the woman because she had gotten out despite me telling her to stay seated just in case she had neck injury. Rescue finally come, and like I sat there and said, "Okay, rescue and police are here," and she's like, "Good, I want you to talk to them." Like I was like giving them all the information so they could take over the scene. And the officer looked at me and was like, "You handled this so well." He's like, "You got first responder training." I'm like, "Yes, sir, I do. Here's my certification because I had it out because I know 90% of the time they want to get the town that I'm in." And he's like, "You did a good job. You did a good job." I'm like, "I've never had to control a scene on my own. I've normally have had other people on the scene, so I didn't have to take charge like that. There was no one else." So he's like, "But you did good." They wound up getting people loaded up in rescues. They had like 7 rescues on scene. They had several fire trucks stand by just in case. I'm like, it's diesel, it's not going to catch fire that easily. And the officer looked at me and was like, "How you know?" I'm like, "I'm a former truck driver. One thing you're taught is the diesel doesn't catch fire that easily." He's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "You have to put a direct flame on the diesel for it to happen. It's not going to catch fire just from a spark."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, okay." And like, so then they close off the road, and I can't get around because of the accident. So he had me. He's like, "Do you think you can back up? Because turning around right here, there's a bunch of debris." I'm like, "I can back it." He's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can back it." He backed down with me. He watched how I was backing. He's like, as I'm pulling in front of me because he's stopping traffic so I can get off onto the road to get off the interstate since they're routing everybody down that road. He's like, "Can you teach my daughter how to back? Because you backed that so perfectly straight." I'm like, "Fun fact, my car's not, the alignment's off in this car too." And he's like, "How did you back it so straight?" I'm like, "Because I know it's off alignment." There's a difference when I know that it's off alignment compared to when I don't know it's off alignment.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How do you know it's off alignment?" I'm like, "It's my car. I put the I haven't aligned it properly after putting the new axles on the front end, so that's my fault." And he's like, "Oh, well, at least you know." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, and I know how to correct myself for it." He's like, "Definitely still want you to teach my daughter how to back up because, like, being able to back up straight like that would come in so handy in so many situations." I'm like, "You're telling me as a former truck driver that came in handy too, very much, especially up on those Colorado roads that are windy and twisty." Yee. Going off on that.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. So yeah, there was a my dad actually yelled at the like so you know how like we lived in a trailer park and they had like their own security.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like the city police. But he got so mad at the security and like you could tell he wanted to cuss them out but didn't because I was there. Like as like cuz I was in college, so it's like I wasn't a kid, but he was just like you know, it's like you don't want to curse in front, like he's like I don't want to curse in front of my kid, my youngest. But it was because so we were at the pool, in like so we have like this little pool, in our trailer park, and it was me, my dad, and my two like I think it was it was three of them. So my second oldest second oldest nephew, and then his twin siblings.
Mm-hmm.
and I was holding one of I was in the pool, and I was holding one of my nephews, one of the twins, and my dad was holding the other twin, and the old their oldest was swimming around. When there was this guy that was maybe 6 feet, 100, maybe 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And me being 5 foot and at this time 100 pounds, because in college I was around 100 pounds.
Yeah.
We're and he's there, and I could tell something was up, because it was just something was up, and I could tell. And he was swimming, and he got in. We're in the 8 feet pool, so it's the deep end. When all of a sudden we saw him go down, he started saying help, and he was going down. So of course,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do, so I just launched my nephew at my dad. Because of course my dad's trying to get the whoever's in charge. There's not a lifeguard, but there was someone manning the front.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get their attention, and they're just waving him off, saying that he was making too much noise. So of course that's when I just launched my nephew and grabbed. I'm the one, the 5 feet girl. When I I was under the water for 5 minutes, just pulling him to the side, and got him. My dad helped me get him out of the pool. And of course, so I'm sitting there, and the security comes over and goes what's up, and we explain what happened, and he looked at me and reprimanded me for putting myself in danger. So my dad yelled at him and was just this man would have died.
Yeah,
but
I was
you
say,
guys,
if you hadn't have...
Yeah, it's you guys didn't do anything and kept waving us off. We tried to get help, and you guys wouldn't do anything. And no one else in the pool cared enough to come and see what was going on. There was other people. There was maybe 20 other people in the pool. On in the other side, and they were looking over, but they were eh. So
your dad did the right thing, in my opinion. I agree with your dad on that.
Yeah, no, it was just funny though, the way I don't see him get mad. He doesn't get mad. That was one of the first times I ever saw him get really just pissed.
Ooh.
Yes.
I've not heard you say that word before.
That's one of the words that I will say, but in rare occasions.
That's fair.
That's he was that's how mad he was. And
gotcha.
But then we also got mad at the guy who was drowning, because later on we learned that he has a heart murmur, and he refuses to go get it checked out.
So I have a heart murmur too, but that doesn't necessarily cause the problem for swimming.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, you literally almost drowned.
So I'll explain this as someone that has a heart murmur. A heart murmur is just a hole in your heart that sometimes will leak blood, and it causes little flutters. So depending on the gravity of your heart murmur will depend on the severity of the issue. Even me, who's at risk of having cardiac arrest from my heart murmur, something like that's not going to cause me to have a problem.
Yeah.
A heart murmur is something you can live with, and you just got to learn to work around it.
Yeah. I was trying to tell, we were trying to tell him, you need to go get checked out. He refused to go, he did not want us to call 911 or anything.
To be honest, I would have probably been the exactly same way, because to me, that wouldn't to me fit the reason for me to go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just due to my heart murmur, I that wouldn't have been it for me, because I would have been more inclined to go just to make sure there wasn't fluid in my lungs.
Yeah.
But not because of my heart murmur.
Yeah. But I'm just like, he was under the water for a while
Mhm.
because of
So
the
he probably
fact,
did have some water in his lungs, so he should have gone.
yeah, he should have gone just because of because I, with him talking, he was probably getting water in his mouth because he was saying help.
Yeah.
So,
It is. It's a very rare thing for me to have issues with swimming.
mm-hmm.
Um, just due to the fact that like it's not just because I'm an alligator VTuber. It's just because I'm surrounded by water. I've had to learn to swim. I can swim in the worst of currents in the ocean to the calmest of waters. And sometimes it's not really even the currents that can get you. It can be the calm water that gets you.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, anytime I start to drown, it was because I cramped up.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, one of my muscles in my legs cramped, which I have learned to be able to swim without my legs since the first time that happened. So I'm less likely to drown now due to that because I can just sit there and use my hands to one, propel me forward, two, to keep my head above water. I have learned to purposely do that. And I'm not one that floats. I am so skinny that I sink. So that matters a lot to be able to sit there and be able to use your own upper body to be able to swim and get you out of safety if like your lower half starts cramping up or something like that.
Yeah.
I know there's also many people that are paralyzed from the waist down that also swim. They use all their upper body strength doing that though. So like it is something that some people can learn just in case that happens, and I wish people would learn that because it would help so much more with less drowning issues. Also, one thing just in case nobody knows this because it's not really taught, if you ever get caught in a rip current, say you're at a beach, do not swim against it. Swim to the side to get yourself out
Yep.
because that's not taught.
I had to learn that in the
One,
river.
I wanted to say that while I was on that whole thing with swimming.
Yeah, I had to learn that in the river. There was this river that has a resort type thing that's like camping and all of that, and you can go canoeing. And we would go there every year with our youth group.
Mhm.
And on one of the days we would do eight. It was like an 8 mile canoe trip, and and we would.
I'm going to mute myself real fast because I got to get a bin.
Okay.
I'll listen to you though.
We would play pirates, and you go and grab, like, you would have to go to the other canoes, sink the canoes and everything. Well, one of the times we were swimming, or we were we made it to like the middle part, which is like it has a little island, and we would have like a picnic there. And as we're going, the person I was canoeing with, I kept telling them, like, hey, we need to go left. There's a rock. And they're like, oh, that's a small rock. We'll be fine. And I'm like, no. It's it's like Titanic. Like, it might be bigger on the bottom. And we hit the rock and flipped. So our canoe flipped. And that was a really, that year there was a really big current. So I just remember just getting swept away. I'm like, well then. Luckily, I swam to the side, and the youth pastor had his oar out, and he quickly grabbed his oar and had me hold on to the oar. But yeah, I was I learned that day, I didn't learn that day. I think I remember reading about not swimming against it, so I launched myself to the side. But then I grabbed the oar that my youth pastor did, and I'm just and she was just I thought it was just a small rock. I'm like, we've just learned about the Titanic in school. things are bigger under the water. Like, you may see a tip of a rock, but it could be a boulder. Okay, I'm actually looking to see who I can raid. Ah, thank you for the hit payout. Then you have to get breakfast ready. I have a grocery order coming. And I need to make sure that the kids start on their schoolwork. Raid channel. Let's raid Old Man Azrael. They're playing Phasma, which I played a couple times in the last 3 times in the last few weeks. 2 times with solo and 1 on May's stream. I wasn't streaming that time. Yeah, so here is the pup raid. And here is the sub raid. So the pup raid is for if you are following sub raid, or just here, sub raid is if you are subbed. And here's what it looks like. So. Thank you, Axel. Yeah, so I will be back tomorrow morning with Alchemist Shop Simulator. Tomorrow night we're doing D&D with Silver, and then we're doing our zombie apocalypse mod on Minecraft. And then Friday will be Sims 4, as well as possibly Unravel 2 or Phasmo. I don't know which one. It depends on what Solo is feeling up for it. If he, even if he is, I don't know. This is like the last month he'll get to work from home. And he goes in the office this week on Friday or something like that. So, yeah. May will be back maybe today. And then tomorrow, it would be like probably like 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow. So, yeah. So, until next time, bye.